Hey guys, what's up? This is Legit Cupcake 2260, and I'm bringing you a Kandi tutorial on how to make a candy purse. I had done an intro a while back, but I really haven't done one recently. I'm just going to lift this up. This, I'm doing a purse on Van Gogh Starry Night. So this is the huge panel that I made. I went over in my first video on how to make panels with a Pac-Man. I don't know where that is right now, or else I'll show you guys that. And here is an example of a side panel. This is an optional thing if you want to add a side panel to your purse. I'm personally going to because I want to be able to fit a lot of stuff. Or some people just like sew it up to the sides and then just let the purse like that. But in my case, I'm going to do a side panel. So, also I want to teach you guys, in my other tutorial on basic peyote stitching, I'm going to show you a different way to do it, as well as the way that I usually do it. So let's get started. So I use a really thick string. Let me try this. Yeah, that's better. I use a really thick string, and I highly recommend a sewing needle for this, because this can be really difficult because it is a purse. So I absolutely recommend a sewing needle, even more than usual. And I'm just going to take out a piece of string. You don't have to make it too long because, well, you can always extend it later, so it's not really a big deal. Alright, actually I don't need the clip for this one. Okay, so normally what I would do is I would use the clip. I would put 50 on in my case, and then I would keep going from there. But in this case, I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to do a basic peyote stitch, so actually I don't need the needle right now. So I'm going to count 50 beads, and then I'm going to kind of extend from there. So open. So this is just another basic peyote stitching. So I put 2 down, close my 2 strings, and put 1. This is just another way of doing it. Some people might find the way of like putting on 50, then skipping a bead and going to the next one a little easier. But in my case, for the side, it's actually easier to do it this way, and it saves time. Open 2. Close. So then it's going to start looking like this as you keep doing that. But if you want to, but the thing is though, it's kind of hard to be exact with this kind of thing. So that's why you could do the other way, which I'm probably actually going to do. So you know what, this is the side panel. I'm going to put this to the side. I'm going to show you the next way, which everybody, Super Ren World does this way. So that's how I learned it, from her channel. Okay. Thanks to her, I really got into purse making. Like, she really was good. And even Ginger Kandi, she had a really good tutorial on purse making as well. So, if you want, check them out as well, because they have really good tutorials. The only thing I don't agree with Ginger Kandi is that she uses fishing line. I've tried fishing line, I feel like that doesn't really work. For some people it might, but for me it doesn't really work. So I use an elastic, like a very thick elastic, like this one. I got it off Amazon, $9 for 100 meters. So yeah. Okay, so I'm just going to string on 50 of these beads, just like as if you're making a single. So 1, 2, 3. And once I have all these strung on, I'm going to come back. Okay, so now that you've strung on, well, I've strung on my 50 beads in my case for a huge purse. I'm going to do the second way of peyote stitching. Well, this is more like a multi-stitch way to do it, but it is another way to do peyote stitching. So, yeah. So, what I'm going to do is, okay, I just put an extra bead. Okay. I'm just going to, I put on one bead already, so I kind of separated it. I'm going to skip this bead right here that I'm pointing to. I'm going to go into the second one. So don't go into the first bead, go into the second one. And also, guys, I forgot to mention, make sure you have an even number of beads. If you don't, you're going to have troubles. It has to be an even number. Must be. So it's going to start looking like that. Like that. Like that. Okay, and then you have this one, which looks like this. So you see it's the same thing, just two different ways in order to do it. So I went over how to do a panel. I know I went over that in the other thing. I pretty much did something like that, except I'm showing two different ways to make a panel for your purse. And then I'll end up teaching you how to tie it off and all that kind of stuff. Then as you can see, I'm just going like a multi-stitch sort of, skipping a bead, going into the next one as if you're making a cuff, but obviously we're making a panel. So, and also, guys, I'm looking into making a square stitch purse for my channel. I started a square stitch purse of a penguin, but I never finished it. Oh, and also, guys, I'm going to be teaching you how to do the strap for the purse, just as a heads up. But in order to get a little bit ahead of me with that, I have a video on basic square stitching. And that's the exact stitch I'm going to use to make a strap. But I am going to make it a little bit longer. Like the strap longer than the basic one I did for a bracelet. So you guys can check it out. Also, I have this right here, which is a headband that I made out of X-Base. I don't really think I need to do a video on it, but if you guys are interested, let me know. And I have this cuff. It's an epic cuff I did. Little owl. And then got all this. And I put a little fro. It's actually my biggest cuff I've ever made. So if you guys want to learn, want me to teach you to make an epic cuff, try that. It's actually really called the cage cuff, but people call it epic cuff. So, you know, that's my epic / cage cuff. So yeah, anyway, I'm just skipping a beat, going into the next one like that. So that's pretty much what I'm doing. And then see, we're getting the peyote stitch way for doing that. So that's really it on making side panels. Because if you're going to make a side panel, you're doing the same exact thing. Obviously just smaller. Obviously just smaller. So that's pretty much it. You know, thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe and I'll see you later. Bye.